Oh my gosh, look at this! This is so sick and probably very evil. Hello everybody and welcome back to some more All the Mods 9. Today, we're going to get back on track to working towards the All the Mods star, because for the last few videos, we've been testing things with this Morgan sword, and honestly, really all that's left for me to do with this thing is just slowly increase its power. But that will not happen on screen. So, today, our next progression is going to lead us to the eternal stella, which is a core ingredient in creating the All the Mods star. So how are we gonna get there? Well, to do that, we need to do a huge line of forbidden arcanus. Now, for the first few parts of this, it's actually going to be very simple. We actually are just going to need to mine a few things. We need experified ore, stella arcanum, and arcane crystal ores. All of these things I can just get with my digital miner, but for some reason the arcane crystal ores tags aren't working. I don't know why. I tried. I even double checked, I triple checked, I quadruple checked all my spelling. Everything was fine. So that one for some reason just won't work, which means we'll just need to go ahead and find that one manually. But there we go. We already got ourselves one of the experified orbs. That's pretty good. Now, we won't need the stellarite or the experified orbs until way later, as those are actually part of making the stella itself. But the crystal, we do need that now. So we're gonna need to go mining and see if we can find any. Unless I have some.
Later.
Okay, so there wasn't actually any of the ore in my storage, so I did have to go out and find some in mines, and I did manage to get some in. Wow, that is a lot of orbs. Oh my gosh, that's actually quite a bit. It says there's only one thing left to mine too, and that was it. That's all the experified and stellarite pieces here. Huh, cool. So then now, if I go ahead and put this on item stack, and then send this into here, now we have the arcane crystal ore. I guess then next up on our list, while we wait for all of that, we're gonna need to find this Nipa plant, which that's easy to grab. So in fact, the Nipa plant is actually right up there. This thing that we have been seeing all around this place since the very start of the series. That is what these things are. Right at the top here, in the center, we can find ourselves a Nipa, and growing on it, we actually find ourselves this arcane crystal dust, which can be used to craft arcane crystal dust. Oh, arcane crystal dust spec to make the arcane crystal dust. I was a little bit confused there for a second, but the arcane crystal dust, more reliably, is smelted down from the arcane crystals. But at the very least, we can go ahead, pick this up, and then that is another achievement done. We can plant that right back down there for it to be oh so beautiful. Either way, this should be more than enough arcane crystals for the meantime. Like, if I do need to grab any more of these, well, that's still going. So, that'll be for later. But as I had stated earlier, these things can be smelted down into the dust, which is our next step. And I don't believe these things are going to be used for anything. Oh, I do need the crystal blocks, actually. Oh, okay. Well, then, let's go ahead and take out half of these and see, because I need a certain amount. I need more than that. Okay, well, I'll probably just need to grab more anyways. So we'll say that maybe 8 of the dust is enough for now. So now with the arcane dust, the next thing that we need is this Mundabitur dust. To make this, we need, oh wow, we need blaze powder. We need the arcane dust, redstone dust, blaze powder, gunpowder, phantom membrane, and bone meal. Blaze powder isn't difficult because I can literally go ahead and make it no problem. We can go ahead and just make a buttload of that. But the phantom membrane, that is a slightly unprecedented. I do have some of that, but that was because I had been being pestered by phantoms, and I had just recently slept. So if I need any more of this, that could be a oh wait, no it won't. Oh, wait a minute, no. I actually know of a way that I can get more phantom membrane. So if we look on our map, over at this giant airship that's been here since the very beginning, even when I first spawned in the first episode, I noticed that. And up there, I actually did go there once. There are spawners that spawn phantoms. So if I ever need them, you know, there they'll be. Now that we've gotten ourselves the dust, the next thing we need to make is this diorum ingots, which just combines some more arcane crystal dust, unfortunate, and some of this new dust, as well as gold and charcoal. I'm not sure how much of this dust we're actually gonna need, so this could pose a bit of a problem, but you know what? It'll all be fine. So now we've got ourselves our diorum, and that has paved the way for quite a few things. Oh, when did I get darkstone? Okay, well, unfortunately, that next thing for the darkstone, that is actually going to be very important. Where is it? Because clearly I've grabbed some before. Oh, you know what probably would have happened, and is most likely what happened? It was probably while I was off looking through places mining, and then I found some of that, and then I got rid of it because it was stone, and I didn't need that. Unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to have to go look for some of that.
Much later.
Alrighty, so it turns out Darkstone is apparently in the deep dark, which does make a lot of sense, actually. Okay, so hopefully that'll be enough Darkstone. I'm just going to pick up a good bit of it just in case. I am going to leave those diamonds because I do not need them. And that should be good then. So now that we've gotten ourselves our Darkstone, we're gonna need to get into a lot of craftings for stuff. So we need polished darkstone, and I don't think this cobbles. It does not. That is good, because we're gonna need to combine 45 of these into polished darkstone. Hopefully that should be more than enough already. Yes, it is. There we go. Then we're going to need to make ourselves 9 of this arcane chiseled polished darkstone, which is going to take the diorum nuggets. Then the last thing we need is chiseled arcane polished darkstone. And then that should be everything we need in order to create this Hephaestus forge. The last thing that we need to grab, though, is just going to be a smithing table, which I do not have. I have a smithing table on a stick. Can I convert it back? Yes, I can. There we go. Alrighty, so now we have everything ready. So now we just need to find a suitable placement for this. Should I just go to the mining dimension? I'm just gonna go to the mining dimension. Everything forever will be in the mining dimension. Okay, so as for how big this thing has to be, I'm not entirely sure. So if we look into here, so it's a 7 by 7 box. I know that some of these things in the middle are going to need to be replaced. That is fine. We can go ahead and do that once we are ready with all this. It looks like it was not meant for that. Okay, well, that's fine. So it's just 2. I know that the 2 in the middle are going to need to be replaced with the 4 blocks that we gathered before. And we're going to go ahead and take our polished darkstone and finish up the little build right there. There we go. So since I'm going to need to continue out by 1... Alrighty, that little problem sorted out. So now if we look back at the photo, so it'll be this block. No. Okay, that was way too much. That's what I get for having a super powerful pickaxe. But it's that one, that one, that one, and then that one. Then it should just be these ones in the corners right here. That does look right. That looks cool, actually. But that's not what we're here for. So then I believe I just need to put either... No, it's these guys that I need to put in. So it's those there all the way across. And then I also need to put one of... And then I'm also going to need to put one of these ones right here in the center. And then there we go. Then, after that, we can just go ahead and then fill in these 3 spots symmetrically on all of these. And I'm gonna be 1 short. But we can just go ahead and then just make some more. That's fine. So there we go. Now we got that ready right there. And then we put the smithing table right here. Then after that, I believe I just need a hammer. And oh yeah, I also forgot I'm gonna need these guys. Okay, well we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, the hammer that we need is called the blacksmith gavel. This is gonna be important for basically doing anything with this Hephaestus forge. And this forge, the reason we're making this is because this is the thing required for us to be able to make the stella. If we look inside of here in its recipe, it requires a Hephaestus forge. It requires a tier 3 one, but we'll get there soon enough. Then we're also going to need to make these dark stone pedestals. I need 8 of them because those are going to go on all of those points right over to there. To make these, we're going to need to get the polished slabs and then also this polished pillar. That shouldn't be too difficult. So yeah, let me just gather up all that and we'll meet you back in the mine dimension.
Much later.
Alrighty, so now what we do is we just right click this, I believe. And no, left click it? Shift right click it? Why is it not working? Okay, so it actually turned out I needed some of this, the dust that I needed, but now if I shift right click this... Okay, Lewa. Okay, wait, maybe I can't have the pedestals here yet. Maybe that's my problem. That has to be my problem, because if that's not my problem, then there is a problem. So, let's go ahead and fix the damage I caused because my pickaxes are powerful. But now will you work? Please work. Oh, the game lagged. Yes, there we go. Why on earth did that not work with the pedestals? I don't know, but there we go. We've got ourselves the Hephaestus forge. So, the forge is powered by 4 different items. We have Aureal, Souls, Blood, and Experience. There's a multitude of ways to get these things in here, but for the most part, it's just gonna be just that. It's just blood and stuff. The Aureal, that stuff is actually very special in how we can get it, because you can get it with a multitude of ways, but the best way you really could get it would be by making an obelisk. So if I put this arcane polished darkstone right here, now what we need is we need to turn all of this into some of the arcane blocks. I can go ahead and put the rest of these here. That is disappointingly close. So what you can do is you can go ahead and just put 2 of these arcane crystal blocks on top of that, and then you use some more of this Moondabar, and then you get yourself an arcane obelisk. And what that thing's gonna do is that is going to then begin to transfer some Aureal into here. Although it's not actually putting any in, so I think you should just be able to break this. There you go, yeah you can, because you know, it's a full block in itself. You might need to place it on this chiseled block right here, because that's usually where the activation stuff happens. And there we go, we are getting the Aureal now. Okay, so... Okay, I was gonna do something like, you know, having 2 here, then 2 here, and then 2 here, and 2 here, so that way I could have everything. But I guess that's not gonna work out like that. So, then I guess what we can do is we can go ahead and then make ourselves 3 more, because I do only have the essence for just 1 more of these. And then we can go ahead and then just let this thing generate some of the Aureal like that. And that should be 3 every so often. There we go. That's the easy one. But after that, souls and blood, those are going to be a bit challenging. So for us to get souls, we need a soul extractor. Actually, wait, no, that's not difficult at all. Because, like, we just need to get this Utrim jar, which just takes glass and edel wood. But for right now, though, we would just need to get that to some soul sand. And then as for some blood, blood is collected by crafting test tubes, then killing mobs with a mystical dagger. Yeah, for the test tube, we just need to get ourselves a rune and a glass bottle. How do we get a rune? That is an ore. And then there was the mystical dagger, which I needed to get, which is right here, which is gonna take more elderwood and also some more deorium. Great, and then we need this, which gets all of this. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of stuff. An obsidian ingot. How on earth do you get an obsidian ingot? Oh, okay, that one's probably the least terrible thing so far.
much later.
Alrighty, it took me a little bit, but I managed to get the dagger, and I also got the soul extractor. I enchanted the daggers, that way it would do more damage to mobs, because, you know, we are going to need it to attack mobs so we can get the blood. But as for the soul extractor, all we really need to do for that one is we just need to take some soul sand, and then we just use it on this, and it should extract the souls, and then we're left with soulless sand, which is kind of weird to look at, actually. Either way, though, I should just need to have this thing be in my inventory, but I think the easiest thing to do would be just spawn some of the baby villagers right here from my farm, and then we can get some blood from them. It's not as effective, because as unfortunate as it is, we are not getting them killed instantly. So how much blood we got now? 85,000. Okay, then, so we need to get the Hephaestus Forge up to tier 3. How much blood is that going to require? So we need 6,000 for the tier 2, and then 9,000 for the tier 3. This thing can only hold 3,000, so I'm gonna need to fill this thing up 5 times in order to get the correct amount of blood. So for the first one, we are going to need to fill this up only twice. Alrighty, I have everything all ready to growing, so we just need to get rid of those, and then I should just need to throw in the rest of my blood, and there we go, it's all ready now. So now, what I need to do is I can just go ahead and put the pedestals right back to where they belong, and then the recipe for this new Hephaestus Forge requires the Edelwood. It requires 1 plank, which is actually how much I have left, but that means I gotta go back and forth between dimensions again. My computer's gonna hate me. Actually, that is one thing that I never mentioned. The Edelwood was actually pretty simple to find. It has a very distinct look, and you can find it in a dark forest biome, so you'll know it when you see it if you ever want to find it. But let's just go ahead and do this. We just need to go ahead and put 4 of these here, then our 4 spawner scraps, and then right in the center, the Edelwood, and then I believe I just need to right-click this, and there we go. The forging begins. Whatever it's gonna do right, wow, oh my gosh, look at this! This is so sick, and probably very evil. How long does this take? Does it actually say? It doesn't really say. I mean, it should be here any minute now. Or any second now. There we go! This is our tier 2 of Hephaestus Forge. And now, for the next level, we are going to need to go ahead and then get the pedestals right back, or not the pedestals, the obelisks, because we need to go ahead and get ourselves 1,000 aura again. So, not aura, Oriel. Which is pretty easy since that's how much we had beforehand, so it just used half of that, so we just need to get back up to there. And then I'm gonna need 50 souls, and I think just 3 vials of, or test tubes of blood. So I've got my 50 soul sand, so let's begin the placing and extracting. Alrighty, the final step is here. All that is left for us to do is to take our diorium and some more of these arcane crystals. And we can put those 4 right there, and our 4 diorium right here. There we go. That should be everything then. We have 1,000 Oriel. We have 50 souls. We have 90,000 blood. Here we go. This is the moment of truth. Let us beat this thing. That's odd. Beat it. Beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Beat it. Oh, right, the center stone, which is chiseled, polished, dark stone. How on earth did I forget that I had to put something in the center? Holy crap. Let's put that there. And there it is. The circle of evil. And then we just beat it. And there we go. The evil begins as it spreads its coolness, but it's still evil. I mean, just look at this thing. I mean, look at me. You know, I'm no saint here going on, but just evil. Yes, we are becoming corrupted. There is a reason this is forbidden. Anyways, how long is this one gonna take? I know that every time I start questioning it, it gets completed. So there we go. With this, we now have our tier 3 Hephaestus Forge. And with the tier 3 Hephaestus Forge, we can now craft the Eternal Stella. By using 3 X-Petrified Orbs and 1 Stellarite and a Diamond, we then get an Eternal Stella. But there is another way to get this that uses the same Hephaestus Forge, and with using the same amount of stuff inside of it, we will be able to get an infinite number of Eternal Stellas. The way that we can do this is by means of the stellarite bee. From productive bees, in order to get it, we need a spawn egg, which we use a diamond bee spawn egg, 3 of the X-Petrified Orbs, and then 4 stellarite pieces, which is, you know, a little bit more, but it still only requires 1,000 blood, and 1 soul, and 82 Oriole. But there is still one problem with this, and that is going to be the diamond bee spawn egg. How do we make a diamond bee? It just shows an egg and then a honey tree with a productive bee's diamond? That doesn't mean a lot. Like, what on earth does that even mean? Let me show y'all something. If we look right here, we have something called a bottler and the gene indexer. So, I've created another diamond bee. Is he better than the other one, though? That I actually want to make sure. Because if he is... Actually, it looks like they are about the same. Yeah, they are exactly the same. Okay, cool. This won't matter. So, what we need to do is we need to put this diamond bee right in here. And do not let it get out. It got out. That's not what I wanted you to do. Get back in there. Okay, we put you there. And then you do not leave. Ah, gosh, how is it pushing me so far away? Get back here. Okay, it needs to stay. And then hit it. Did it just break my lever? Okay, I think I may have found my problems. One was the bottles, and the other, I think it was because since the lever was on the piston, when the block kept going down, it kept breaking it, and then it kept going back up. So, what we want is put that there, and there we go. Now we have ourselves squished bee material, and then we can go ahead and put this into the gene indexer. Okay, so I got things a bit mixed up. The gene indexer isn't for this portion of it at all. I need the centrifuge. Because with the centrifuge, what's that thing's gonna do is it's gonna convert this into the gene. So now if I take those, and then those went off somewhere. Yeah, there they are. And then we got diamond. Oh, that's a lot of different genes. Oh, so it doesn't just exclusively give me this one, but that's a 22% for diamond. That is interesting. So if I put these things in here, this basically holds them, and if it has things that are compatible, it will combine them. So if I got another sample for diamond, I could then convert those together. Now, I'm pretty sure that since this thing says 100%, I need to have that. But on the other hand, we might not need to do that. So either way, I'd need to breed more bees. So this way, we can at least science this. Of course, alternatively, this might just be that it's a 22% chance to get it. So hopefully this will work. So then I believe after that, all I need is just an egg. Yeah, an egg. Please, almighty Lord Jesus, do not make me have to wait any longer for this. Please, I beg of thee. Please let this work. Please. 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 Crap.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
Productive bees, diamond, 100%. There is no room for error. Let's go ahead and speed this baby up. And then let's get ourselves a little eggy egg. Come on. You know you gotta do it. And there we go. The diamond bee spawn egg. And soon to follow it, the stellarite. I do have enough stellarite pieces. That is good. I have exactly enough. Wait, you guys don't understand. Oh, that is good. Okay, I will explain that in a little while. For right now, though, let's go ahead and then let's make ourselves this bee. You can go ahead and throw the bee into there, and then we can right-click this. And it begins. The process, the automations to come forward from all of this. And this moment, we stand here one step closer to the All the Mods star with this brand new bee. Behold! Behold! Keep beholding! There we go. The stellarite bee. So then, with that, all that is left for us to do is just go to the lower floor. We are just gonna need to put this guy right into here. And then, the best thing about this, and why I was so excited with the stellarite earlier, is because we will be putting him in here, and he'll have a upgrade for simulator. That's all well and good. But if I go ahead and then craft the stellarite together, we get ourselves a stellarite block, which is what the bee is going to need in order to feed. So, if we go ahead and put him right here, there we go, and then we can just pick you up right here. So now, what we can do is we can go ahead and put the stellarite block right there. And then we can put the stellarite bee... Just took away my cage. It took my cage. Where'd it go? Is it in here? Oh, okay, it's over here. Okay, there we go. And also my insanium's backing up. That's insane. Okay, but with this, eventually over time, this guy is gonna make his honeycombs. And he has a 1% chance to give us the eternal stella. That is insane. Everything about this is so freaking cool. So, since I promised that we were going to be making it, I will, no matter how long it takes, wait for this guy to get me in. And you know what? Just to be safe, we will sacrifice these guys' high productivity for right now, giving me a gigantic chance for a greater increase at these things. I literally got it to do just another generation. I think this might have been the only one, but we didn't just get one Eternal Stella. We got 7 of them. And that should have been an achievement. Why wasn't that an achievement? Oh, there we go. Now it's an achievement. Ah, I didn't realize that was a checkable, but there we go. Now we can go ahead and combine this baby. And I wonder, can this thing actually also be duplicated? It cannot. That is unfortunate. But with that right out of the way, we did it. The Eternal Stella line is all done. The last thing that we need is we need to use these Eternal Stella, just one of them, with our smithing template. So if I head on over to Swamptopia, my thing should still be over here at the smithing table. That was it. If my game will load, and then we head over to here. I didn't take this, did I? I did not. That's good. So now, if we put the smithing template with one of our... Oh, these things aren't supposed to stack. Okay, well, I don't know what these things are normally supposed to be for, but if we put those together, and then we take our Morgan, we should... It's not working. That's weird. Wait a minute. If I put this there... Yeah, and then that works. But the Morgan doesn't. I have a theory. If this doesn't work, this will prove my theory. It's not compatible with apotheosis. Ah. So what that means is, after all this work, I can't put the Stella on my Morgan. No! Oh, dang it, man. That is so unfortunate. Is there any way to remove an apotheosis enchantment?
3 hours later.
Okay, everyone, I may have found my solution. So, I decided to actually try out something. I tried putting a different apotheosis thing, and it does work. You can see that right there where the durability should be, it's not there anymore. So that got me thinking, what other common denominator could my blade have had with this? And then the answer was simple. Something that affected durability. Because my helmet is already unbreakable, and this thing once had unbreaking and a form of mending. So, now that I've removed the unbreaking and the mending... Yes! It works! So now, we take this thing out, and we have ourselves an unbreakable Morgan sword. Ah! It's freaking beautiful. Oh, and also, if you guys want to see me use this power of the Morgan against some bosses, then be sure to check out our last video where we tested this thing out on several bosses, and we only had trouble with one of them, which was pretty horrifying. Bye-bye!